104.5 The Team, your home for New York Yankees baseball. Former Yankee legend and just all-around pitching legend, Tommy John, joining us right now. Tommy, when Matt Harvey, the big story is something's wrong with him, nobody knows exactly what it is. In your experience, could this still be fallout from the Tommy John surgery?
The Mets doctors and or Jim Andrews, whoever did the surgery, would probably have to evaluate him. Could it be? Yeah, it could be, and it might not be, too. The problem is, every time somebody has Tommy John surgery and the guy's got gas pains and he's got a fart, they'll say, oh, my God, it's repercussions of Tommy John surgery. Oh, no. That's what it is. And now, Matt Harvey, I don't know. Hopefully not, because he's a good pitcher, and I'd love to see him have good years. I like to watch him pitch.
Just to kind of break it down, I mean, Harvey just isn't really pitching up to his expectations. He's lost velocity on the fastball. There's no known injury, and they're letting him throw through it, but there's just something off about him.
Generally, when something is off on your fastball, it's something inside you as a pitcher, and it doesn't have to be pain or whatever, but your brain perceives it. And personally, what I would like to see Matt Harvey do, I would like to see Sandy Alderson and Terry Collins, and I don't even know who's Harvey's agent, Boris?
Yeah, Boris, the big mouth. You got him.
Yeah, I would love to see him fly him up to San Diego and have my son, Dr. Tommy John, examine him. Tommy does a lot of physical rehabilitation, and he, in fact, I tell you how good the kid is. Charles Tillman used to be a defensive back for the Bears.
Yeah, Peanut
is down with the Carolina Panthers. Flew Tommy back last year before the playoff game to get him ready to play in the game. And Charles played, I think, like 3 quarters, and then the last quarter his knee gave out. But that's how good the kid is, that the guy flew him back and let him. But I would fly Matt Harvey out and let Dr. Tommy John III evaluate him.
You won 164 games after having Tommy John surgery, which was not called Tommy John surgery until you had it. So, and I think there's a fairly good track record of people being able to sustain their career somewhat after having your surgery. How does that make you feel as far as your impact on the sport?
Well, I never thought when we had the surgery done back in 1974 that it was going to be this widespread. And now it's in epidemic proportions. And, the people that are running baseball and all this are saying, well, the pitch counts, there's been fewer Tommy John injuries at this point in time than there was in years gone by. Therefore, the pitch count. I assess this, and baseball can hire me for about $1 million and a half a year, and I can 100% guarantee if you do my workout that you will never, ever hurt your arm.
Really? So more of the the rehabilitation of it, the day-to-day workout of it could fix all of it?
No. You just don't pitch anymore and you start playing golf.
Yeah, not pitching anymore, though, might not be the best solution for somebody who's in their early 20s and still wants to have a little bit more of a career.
Well, but if you don't pitch, you won't hurt your arm. If you pitch, you might hurt your arm. There's always that out there. And I think what we've done is we have gotten into the public school system of baseball is we're dumbing down. We're dumbing down to make more kids pass so we can get federal funding. But the kids aren't smarter. They can't read, they can't write cursive, they can't print, they can't spell because they got spell checks on their iPhones, and they have all this. And we're doing the same in baseball. We're dumbing down. Oh, you only throw this much. If you throw more, you're going to hurt your arm. Why not take guys to the next level and let them work out more and get themselves stronger so that they can pitch more and not have any problems.
Tommy John joining us right here on 104.5 The Team, Levack and Wolf. Tommy, the other thing, like you speak about the physical toughness. I wanted to ask you about the mental toughness. Terry Collins over the weekend said, "Look, I couldn't use Logan Verrett because I might need my long reliever for Matt Harvey." Like when you're in the state Matt Harvey's in, is it not a good thing for Terry Collins to go out and share the fact that he feels like he needs a safety net for him?
Well, I don't know. Matt Harvey knows how well he can pitch, and he knows what he can do. I mean, I was always honest with my managers, and if I couldn't pitch, I would tell them. But here's the thing. And now, what we did to rehab my arm was so archaic. It's like the caveman. It's like Fred Flintstone and Wilma, doing it. After I pitched 13 years after my surgery.
Right.
I never missed a start in 13 years.
And that's,
what did we do right? And this is the thing that my son keeps asking. He said, "Dad, does anybody ever call you and ask you what your rehab program was, what you did?" I said, "No, because they've got all these bands and they've got all this stuff and they do this. And what they do now is far more intelligent than what I did. Mine was just plod along, do your arm exercises, do your leg exercises. I ran a lot and I threw a lot. And the only way we knew back in my time to get your arms stronger was to throw. Not to lift weights, not to lift bands, not to do all this stuff. It was to throw. The more you threw, the better your arm felt. And I threw a baseball from when I went to spring training until the season was over. I threw a baseball every day that we were out on the field. Every single day. Off the mound. Not long tossing. Long tossing is, well, I won't say what it is because you're on a radio show. But long tossing does nothing more, and I got Jim Andrews to agree with me on this. It's nothing more than throwing the ball hard to get it out there 200, 300 feet. You throw it as hard as you can. And I said, "Jim, why don't we throw it as hard as we can from the mound, from the rubber to a catcher at home plate, throwing it 88 miles an hour, 90 miles an hour. Now, whatever it is, to get it out there that far is not going to be, if you throw it, let's say 85, and you throw it 300 feet, and you throw it 85 off the mound, 85 is 85.
Right.
So why don't we practice skills? Pitching is the most skilled position in baseball, but yet it's a position that we don't practice skills every single day. Starters practice their skills, one day out of 5, and they throw maybe 40 pitches on their work day, maybe 50 if they're a workhorse, maybe 50, and they're done. Now they say, well, why do they get tired at 70 pitches, 75? Because they've never worked hard enough to get through that. If you want to throw 100, 125 pitches, and there's no reason why you can't throw 125 pitches every 5 days, but you got to train for it. You can't sit there and eat marshmallows and Coca-Colas.
Tommy John joining us on 104.5 The Team. Tommy, we hear so much about they're going to do this study and they're going to figure out why Tommy John happens and they're going to do this and they're going to do that. They don't go right to patient zero and find out how yours worked? Like, I would think you'd be the center of all these studies.
Oh, never. I've never had a ball player call me.
Wow.
I've never had a trainer call me. I've never had a physical fitness guy call me. I've never had a doctor call me. Doctors don't know crap about pitching.
True.
They know how to drill that hole in the humerus, and they know how to slip that tendon in and weave it through. After that, they know squat about the game. You've got a trainer. Trainers don't know anything about pitching. They never pitched before. They don't have any idea what you have to go through Matt Harvey does. Zimmerman does. Strasburg does. All these guys do. Tommy John does. But why don't they, ask us?
You would think that makes perfect sense. I can't believe that with the success of the Tommy John surgery that you've never had a phone call from somebody about what you did to rehab. That's
never
crazy.
had a phone call.
That's crazy.
And I can tell you, when Don Trump is elected mayor, he's going to have me Secretary of Pitching.
I got to ask you something about Mark McGuire's dad. He was your He was your dentist, right?
Yes, he was. He was a very, very, very good dentist, too.
One of my favorite quotes of yours was when you were pitching to his son. You said, and I quote you, when your dentist kid starts hitting you, it's time to retire.
That's exactly right. That's right. He got, Mark was a good hitter. And, all this stuff has been bandied about him taking steroids and all that. But when Mark was a rookie, his rookie year, he hit 49 home runs. People forget about that. And all they want to do is, he took PEDs and he took this and that. You know what? You still have to put the bat on the ball squarely. PEDs don't make you a good hitter. It just makes you a stronger hitter. And Mark's dad was a good guy. Mark's a good guy. I wish Mark could.
Tommy John with us right here on 104.5 The Team. Tommy, thank you so much for your time. I love Memory Lane with you, and I also love the fact that people are so stupid they don't go to patient zero when it comes to Tommy John surgery and how to recover.
Isn't that crazy? You just let the Mets know that they should fly Matt Harvey out to see Dr. Tommy John III. I will guarantee you that he will get Matt Harvey pitching again and pitching the way he did before surgery and last year.
Tommy, we're going to call the Mets. We'll let you know what they say.
Okay. Thank you much.
All right, Tommy. Thank you.